Hey everybody, and welcome back to Monday with Matt. Recently I have seen a lot of rumors on the internet, fitness rumors about things that make you skinny and things that you should be doing to have a healthy lifestyle. And we really want you guys to be fit and healthy. And I think a lot of these rumors on the internet aren't really promoting a healthy lifestyle. So I've compiled a list of these things that I've seen floating around the internet, and I am going to talk to Matt about them, and he is going to let us know which ones are actually true and which ones are not, because we want you guys to be fit and healthy. Okay, so the first one, you can get a flat tummy with 5 easy and quick moves.
So abdominal exercises actually are really important for strengthening the stomach muscles, the core, preventing back issues and such. And they do help develop muscle there, so it actually gives you the illusion of having more muscle in your stomach. Yeah, but that does not get rid of body fat per se. So this is strength training movements that again help develop the muscles, will bring them out more, just as if you were to do bicep curls, they develop your biceps more. But again, it does not burn body fat. So actually aerobic exercise and nutrition are far more effective for reducing body fat, so that you actually are able to peel that layer of adipose off so you can see those sexy abs.
So this goes for cellulite on your thighs, muffin tops. I mean, there are no moves that just target that. You need to eat healthy and do cardio.
That's right. It doesn't matter what part of your body. Target spot reducing is not possible. You cannot do that. So fat comes off where it wants to come off from. So you can't necessarily just do a weightlifting exercise, strength training exercise to help build up muscle in a particular area and actually decrease body fat. It's actually good nutrition and aerobic exercise that are essential for loss of body fat in any part of the body.
So the next one you have probably heard since elementary school, and that is that you're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day. So I've always been confused about this because I'm smaller than you and there are people smaller than me, and we're all supposed to drink the same amount of water. How does that work?
So, you know, in the medical community, there's a lot of general recommendations, and this falls into what's known as the RDA, or Recommended Daily Allowance. So we usually see this on labels, milk cartons, or anything that you eat. There's supposed to be a label on it. And it makes the minimum recommendations so that you avoid diseases. So when a doc tells you, or a health professional tells you, that you're supposed to be having 8 glasses a day, what that means is that that is typically the amount of water that you need to avoid severe dehydration and death. So that's the minimum amount, not the maximal amount, not the most that makes you feel the best or have the highest quality of life. It's the minimum. I recommend that you have a ½ ounce to 3/4 ounce per pound of body weight per day. So if a person, for instance, weighs 100 pounds, they would have approximately 75 ounces of water per day, that's a lot more than 64 ounces that's normally recommended. Most of us weigh more than 100 pounds, so most people actually reach more towards a gallon of water per day. And this doesn't include if a person's drinking caffeinated drinks or alcohol drinks. So for every drink of alcohol, every glass of alcohol that you have, for every cup of coffee, you need to add an additional glass, 8 to 12 ounces of water on top of that.
Because alcohol and caffeine dehydrate you.
They're diuretics and they dehydrate you, so you do need additional water to make up for the loss of water and minerals. So not only do you lose water, but you actually lose essential vitamins and minerals. But replacing the water really is the most important thing.
So another thing I see on all of the 10 things to help you lose weight listicles is that spicy food helps curb appetite and helps you lose weight. Is that true?
This is a half-truth. The fascinating thing about spicy food is that it does create a slight increase in metabolism in your body. Very slight, not worth really measuring. But there's also a downside to spicy food. Most people's gastrointestinal tract have a very difficult time processing spicy food. So the negative effect that it actually has on your stomach, irritated stomach, high acid, leads to inflammation and can lead to bowel distress. So there's too many negatives to say that spicy food is ultimately beneficial for you. And most people will go on a diet of doing this for a few days and will end up with stomach problems. I've had clients that have gone through this and they end up having diarrhea, actually increased inflammation, because spicy foods tend to increase inflammation, sore joints, things like that. There is really one upside to the spicy foods. A lot of spicy foods are packed full of vitamins and minerals, but even then, the downside, the negative side effects of spicy food are too great to use it as a weight loss drug or a metabolic increaser.
So going and getting Indian food is not going to magically reduce your gene size, unfortunately.
No.
I like Indian
Sorry.
food, though.
Yeah, well, let's try it next time. We'll go out and have it, see what happens.
Okay,
we'll
after
get a
the
weight
video.
before and afterwards.
Perfect. So another one that I know cannot be true that I've seen a lot recently on the internet is that to have a healthy lifestyle, all you have to do is cardio. You can eat whatever you want. You don't have to lift weights. You don't have to do body strength exercises. As long as you're running and doing cardio, then you're set. That can't be true, right?
Again, a half-truth. So there is something to that, but needs to be explained in great detail. So nutrition is always number one. You need to sleep. You need to have proper nutrition, and exercise comes after that. So doing massive amounts of cardio doesn't necessarily cancel out what you eat. So let's say that you go out one night and you have a couple glasses of wine, you have a cup of coffee, and you have a steak and you have potatoes. So you've essentially had about 2,000 calories of food. And you want to go out and you say, I'm going to run it off and do cardio for an hour, and you end up burning 700 calories. Well, you end up with a 1,300 calorie fat load there. So you don't necessarily burn it off. So if you actually do 700 calories of cardio and you eat 700 calories of food, well, that starts to make more sense. But in essence, people will tend to gorge themselves and eat way too much food and do not enough cardio exercise. So cardio will not burn off all of your fat necessarily. You always start by eating the proper amount of calories and picking the best healthy nutrients and having moderation in your diet, and also having moderation of aerobic exercise on a daily basis.
So if you ever played sports in high school or middle school or at the collegiate level, you've probably heard the saying, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
And I know I was told this all the time playing sports, and I just don't believe it. Because if it hurts, you probably shouldn't do it, right?
Well, that's right. I mean, it's you've got your high school coaches, you've got your college coaches, your elementary school coaches. They're saying that, hey, listen, if it's not burning, it ain't working. If the muscles aren't on fire, it's not doing anything. The problem with that is that, first of all, it leads to injuries a lot of times. So people will really push themselves as much as they can, or they're weekend warriors, know to go out and work out and give it everything they've got, and they completely burn themselves out, usually getting themselves sick, causing injuries, end up at the doctor, back out of place, they can't go to work. So really, at the end of the day, you do want a little bit of a muscle burn when you're working out, especially when you're doing weights. You want to feel it. You want to feel there's that little burn going on. But again, moderation. So it should be a little bit every day over the course of the week. Not all of it in 1 or 2 days and absolutely kill yourself and you can't walk for the next 2 or 3 days. And you got to take ibuprofen and all these anti-inflammatories and all these different products to help reduce inflammation. That's not working out, and that's not moderation. Life's about taking it in small doses and doing it consistently. The most important thing that I try and preach to my clients is being consistent with your nutrition, your sleep, and your exercise. If you're consistent with it, you'll keep the weight off, look healthy, feel great, look sexy. But if you're not consistent, then you're going to have those days where you just really want to push yourself and overdo it and end up injured or sick.
So those are the questions we answered today. If you have other questions that you'd like answered, please leave them in the comments section because we'll answer them in the next video. I like doing these videos. They're really informative, and I don't like being lied to on the internet. So
Yeah, me neither.
So please give this video a thumbs up if we answered some of the questions that you've had, and let us know what else you'd like to see.
All right.